Back to So This is Thailand and expert advice. Now, we've covered a lot on medical treatments here in Thailand and all the different treatments that you can have out there. Well, today I have a new novel one that, well, I'm sure will pique your interest. It's actually using gold thread. To tell us all about it is the inventor of it. I'd like to introduce my guest today, Mr. Ivan Bakurin, who is the president of Gold Thread Limited Liability Company. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Well, I have to say, when I saw the subject, it was very unique. I know we've, looked at gold historically. It's been used in I'd say my experience only in dental work, but now you're actually able to use gold thread as a cosmetic or aesthetic enhancer. I'm dying to know how did this idea come about?
Well, the reality is that there are rumors that this particular idea was used first 5,000 years ago. We don't know if it's true or not, but we know for sure that the technology was commercialized in Europe in late 60s. And since then it's been used primarily in Europe, but last few years it became known in Asia. And we are located in the United States. We do all the manufacturing in the United States. And when we were setting up a company, we actually reviewed all the devices that were used at that time, and we came up with a new idea, with a new device, which...
Yours is quite, I might say, redesigned, and one that is less intrusive, better results. What exactly is involved in it? Obviously, if there's a thread, there must be a needle as well, I assume?
Yeah, well, the devices that were designed in the late 60s, they have a needle permanently attached to a gold thread. Our device provides the flexibility for a surgeon to use a variety of devices and a variety of implantation tools, and we actually invented and we manufacture some of the newer novel tools that can be used with our device. And these devices provide, it's actually less invasive, and it provides an ability for a surgeon to treat area that are impossible to treat with the older design. So results are very good, and patients are happy. That's what it counts.
Well, I know we're actually going to get to talk with one of the doctors as well in another program. But to give us, I guess, a basic background, for those who are watching the show and wondering, well, what exactly do you use the gold thread to? These are things for like reducing wrinkles. I know I have a lot of them. Laugh lines, crow's feet.
You're fine.
But how exactly does using thread actually reduce the appearance or the presence of wrinkles and other, let's say, whether we have double chins or age is, we're losing the tone within our muscle. What is it actually doing?
Well, it's gold thread is a very thin gold wire that being implanted permanently in a human skin, and it's positioned subcutaneously. And after implantation, it triggers the natural response of natural body response to a foreign body, and as a result, it triggers the formation of collagen sleeve around the implanted gold. And the formation of new tissue actually increases metabolism and increases the blood flow, and plus the new tissue provides additional support for the facial tissue, and it results in skin rejuvenation, and there is also some lifting action. So it's pretty simple, but it works. It works, and we scientifically proven that it works.
You make it sound so simple, but I'm sure that in terms of the technical expertise and the technology to develop this was actually quite high, and you must have trained physicians in order to do this.
Well, it's the mechanism is simple, but it's a permanent implant. It's a medical procedure. It should be done by a medical doctor in a medical setting, and these doctors should be trained, because if even with simplicity of the idea, it's a doctor's obligation to know, basically everything about the possible consequences, side effects, risks involved, and advise patient properly.
Now, we're talking about gold, and just to let people who are at home understand, we're not talking about the type of gold you go down to the gold shop and they melt it and make it into wire. It's not that kind of gold.
No. The gold, actually, the jewelry gold or even gold used in dental applications, it's not pure gold. It's a gold alloy, and because gold is very soft, and it wouldn't be able to sustain the form. But we use 99.99% pure gold, and it's very soft, and the color is actually very close to the color of human skin. So for a variety of reasons, it's actually this particular material is the best choice for this type of procedure, because it is bio-inert, it is soft, the color is matching the skin, so it wouldn't be the titanium would be probably even better material for this application, but it's black, so it could be easily seen through the human skin if positioned improperly.
Now you just used the term bio-inert.
Yes.
That means that when it's implanted within our body, it won't, I guess, react with our natural chemistry, or?
No. It's actually that's one of the possible implantation. In fact, because it's a medical device, when it goes through a regulatory process, there is an international series of tests that was designed to prove that it's done on animals, on mammals. But there are a series of tests that are designed to prove that permanent presence of this particular material will not cause creation of cancerogenious cells that would not trigger any other internal diseases or problems and will not create a poisonous result. It will not result in a poisonous result for a human being. So we did this test, and we proved that it is safe to implant our gold, and we also proved that it is effective. That's why we approved it on the major markets, and our product being reviewed. And the important thing to know is that once you manufacture a medical device, you are a subject for very detailed control, and we're controlled by US FDA, European Commission, and other regulatory agencies who actually come to our facility, and they look very, very carefully of what we're doing, how pure our materials, what are the procedures, how do we treat risks, potential risks, how do we train doctors, who is training them, what are the reporting criteria, and things like that. So it is, it's very difficult. It's a very tenuous process, and when, especially in Asia, when we see that sometimes there are people who making fake medical devices. Obviously, there are quite a number of instances that we encounter. Obviously, those facilities are not subject to any control. So we don't know. The patient would not know what is reality, what is the concentration of gold. What is the percentage of gold. And when we see something like that, we usually try to analyze it, and some of these fake products contain like 65% gold with other substances present. And don't forget, it is a permanent implant, so it creates potential risk for a patient.
I'm sure. If they would like to double check, make sure that, since you are the only certified provider of the gold thread here in Thailand, is there a website, a phone number that they can call? That they know this is the legitimate website, this is the legitimate phone number where they can verify.
Yeah, we have a website, mygoldthread.com, with a wealth of information and with the phone numbers for each individual country where they can call and get in contact with a certified doctor. But I would also recommend patients just to beware.
What do you see as the demand here in Asia?
Well, actually, in Asia, the interest to this product is very high, and I personally believe that it has a bright future because we are just at the very beginning of use of gold in cosmetic implants. Because we have several other products in the pipeline. We do extensive research. We work with major universities on several projects. So there will be new products coming to the market. So I'm quite optimistic. But I think Asia is a very important area of the world, of contemporary world, in this 21st century. So things are getting more and more interesting, and we hope we will be part of it.
And I know people do love looking a lot younger, so I think there'll be no shortage of demand.
Right.
Well, thank you very much for coming in, and as those products do go out, hopefully we'll have the good inventor here on the show again to tell us all about the latest and greatest. But thank you very much for telling us.
Thank you very much.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Don't go away though, because we have plenty more coming up on So This Is Thailand.
Welcome to Expat Travel Peak. Once again, I'm Josh Hyland, and today we've got a very exciting lineup. Today, I'm going to be meeting with over 100 celebrities from all over the world. That's right, we are here at Madame Tussauds Wax Museum at Siam Discovery. So let's not waste any time, let's go meet some stars.
Millions and millions of people have flocked through the doors of Madame Tussauds since they first opened over 200 years ago, and it remains as popular today as it ever was. There are many reasons for this enduring success, but at the heart of it is all good old-fashioned curiosity. Visitors get the unique opportunity to take an emotionally charged journey through the realms of the powerful and famous. Unleash your true feelings about the personalities you love and loathe, get up close and personal with the world's most talked about people, and relive the times, events, and moments that made the world talk about them. From its roots in the French Revolution right up to the present day, Madame Tussauds has presented all the biggest names in the news for the scrutiny of an ever-curious public. Changes have been made and new figures constantly added to reflect the contemporary public opinion and celebrity popularity. A visit to Madame Tussauds is a must for anyone who has ever been in the slightest bit curious about the famous and infamous. After all, where else can you savor 2 centuries of fame and infamy and tell the biggest stars of today exactly what you think of them? Madame Tussauds is delighting audiences around the world with interactive attractions in London, Amsterdam, Berlin, Shanghai, Hong Kong, Hollywood, Las Vegas, New York, Washington, D.C., Vienna, and Bangkok in 2011.
Whoa! David Beckham! Oh, wow. Just like the real thing.
In the 20th century, Madame Tussauds' role began to change. With a more literate public and the growth of a popular tabloid press, access to information about current events became easily available. The exhibition, therefore, gradually became less of a source of direct news, but more a commentary about popular celebrities. Today, it is bigger and better than ever, combining its diverse history with the glamour, intrigue, and infamy of the 21st century celebrity. Some of Madame Tussauds' original work and earliest relics are still on display, including the death masks she was forced to make during the French Revolution and the guillotine blade that cut off Marie Antoinette's head. Guests can also marvel at probably the earliest example of animatronics, a breathing model of Louis XV's sleeping mistress, Madame du Barry, nicknamed Sleeping Beauty. And of course, there are more contemporary stars of Madame Tussauds, from Brad Pitt to Naomi Campbell, David Beckham to Prince William. The biggest names in entertainment, sports, and politics are here, authentic down to the last detail.
And then the police were like surrounding the place like pow, 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 blowing stuff up. You know what I mean, Will? You know what I mean? Oh, excuse me, Will. I gotta get this one. Keep that champagne cool. Julia Roberts, great to see you once again. Sorry about that, guys. I just ran into a few old friends of mine. All right, well, all of that aside, Madame Tussauds Museum is fantastic. It's put together so well, and all the sculptures here are really like the real thing. Highly recommend you come and check it out. 6th floor, Siam Discovery. Thanks for joining us once again here at Expat Travel Peak. Hope to see you again soon. Bye for now.